architectural, ancient, prehistoric, not prehistoric, that's ridiculous, monument that means a lot in my local home county of Wiltshire. So I've painted Stonehenge for a number of years. This is my most detailed version yet. I've actually done this with spray paints and stencils. What I do is I just add in these very, very faint lines where the stones are, and it just gives it a little bit of added finesse. Just skim. This is a pyrography tool. It gets to about 500 degrees temperature, and it just, with the paints spray painted onto the wood, it just helps and just burns away what's there and gives you a little texture. Then after that, I've put down the first aspect. You can see all of my artwork is done on wood, all done with spray paints, all 100% handmade. And part of that is I use these paint markers, which you just run over the top very briefly. And then what I use is my finger and I rub like that. Now the sun is reflecting onto each of these stones. So I'm just going to put a blob there, 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 and before it, a bit there and a bit there, before it dries, I just rub it down, and what's white kind of goes more into a grey, and it just picks up the reflection from the sun, both sides. And it's just this bit of finesse that really brings that design up about 30 notches. So that's one done. I'm also drinking tea as I do this. I'm going to go on to the next one, which is here. Now this particular one has more of a barky top, so it's got more of this barky edge to it. And I'm just going to run, again, the burner along and just pick out some of the key details on the top like that. Now the stencil is about a 7-layer stencil, and within each layer I'm spraying maybe 1 or 2 tones of that particular colour. So even the base here, I've got greens, browns, a bit of black in there, just over the top. Not too much black, I don't want to overpower anything, but it's just a small amount of black. And this, if it's just adding that little bit of finesse, a little bit of quality into this design. I mean, I'm really happy with the explosion of the sun on that one. And I get the white marker out again. Add the white marker to where the sun is reflecting onto the stones. So just placing that down there. My name's Sid, by the way. I'm a spray paint artist from the Southwest. You've just joined me in my studio, which is called the Stencil Shed. I make all of my artwork onto sustainably sourced wood and loads of different designs. Do hook me a subscribe if you haven't already. And you get to see a lot of the trademarks. Oh, that's lovely now, isn't it? So just with that white marker, just reflecting left and right. So off the stones that way. Right, I'm going to show you an amazing piece of wood here. I mean, check this out. That is absolutely gorgeous. If I didn't use this particular artwork for this design, then what's that piece of wood going to be used for? I'm just going to hold them in a little bit closer. So again, this is the pyrography tool. It gets to about, let me think, 500 degrees. And it just, if I just take that in a little bit closer, like that, and it just takes the top off there. You see the lines just coming through. And what I'm doing is I'm taking away the paint that I've sprayed on there. And from that, going back to this colour, which is the oak. So I'm just burning back, as I call it. Burn back better. And then just where the stones are, like that, just sat on the grass, it's just faintly a dark green, the base. I'm not sure if you can pick it up on this camera, but that is an incredible piece of wood. All the products you can see, they're all on my page here on YouTube. So if you check that out, give me a follow. You'll see a lot of my products linked. I'm based in the UK. Anyone watching right now, let me know where you're from in the world. Thank you very much. It is all coming together. I have to say it's an amazing architectural feat, Stonehenge. It's actually just about 30 miles from where I live, and it's well loved. We do get a lot of tourists go to that part of the world. Thank you very much for the likes coming through. That is amazing. Lovely comment there. Anyone else want to let me know where you're from in the world? My name's Sid, by the way. I'm a spray paint artist from the southwest. I'm just putting this white marker in, but I'm doing it quickly because I don't want it to settle onto the wood. So if I just rub it down like that, and then like that, and then like that, then like that, and it just fades it. So the sun is reflecting on the left-hand side of the stones there and the right-hand side of the stones there. But look, nature's really done the work there on that particular piece of wood. Oh, India, yes, I had a guest on from India yesterday, which is absolutely amazing. It kind of reaches that far over the water just there. India is a place that I would love to go to one day, although the hot climate. Now, this one looks rather peculiar. This is very satisfying, though, because what I'm doing here is I'm shielding away the bark, taking this tape just here, and then I'm just taking that away, and that leaves this really, really crisp line like that. So again, now it just looks kind of dark. So I use the pyrography tool again. If you hold on for a moment, I'll do a little tour of the studio. That's not a problem. Thank you very much, everyone watching in India. My name's Sid. You're hooked into my studio here in Malmesbury, Wiltshire, and I'm a spray paint artist, and I show my work all over the UK. Got customers all over the world, which is amazing. Followers all over the world. I'm just building up my presence here on YouTube, so thanks for dropping in. Done a couple of lives over the last few days. It's great to be able to share the process. This is the end of the day, actually. If you give me a little subscribe and scroll, there's a little video where I'm actually spray painting this sunset. And this is just burning the paint away back. So you can see these little indications and textures just all coming together. So yeah, this is it. One-off art creation. So they're all similar but different. And using the wood, absolutely fantastic. Means I can be very creative with the different types of wood. And I just add in here a little bit of white down there, and a little bit of white. This is where the sun is reflecting off the stones like that. A little bit of white down there, a little bit of white down there. Then use the old magic finger, and then just take, if I hold that in close, take some of that away, just gradually. And that is just giving it the shimmer of the sun breaking through those particular stones. Yeah, so I really, I think your channel should have context of spirituals to girls. Yeah, thank you very much, yeah. I'm just quite a spiritual place here in the Stencil shed. I work closely with my wife, and you know, it's a way of life that we try to promote. We work for ourselves, and we pay, we've got 2 children, we totally pay our mortgage and live through my artwork, which is an amazing thing to do. A lot of hard work. We're quite creative with what we do. This is we're based in Wiltshire, which is the county where Stonehenge is based. So we love Stonehenge, and it's also very, very popular artwork because of the affinity people have got with Stonehenge and those ancient stones. No one really quite knows why they were built all those 3,000 years ago, or how indeed they got to that particular part of the world. But they're amazing to go and visit, and a lot of tourists do in our area. So this is the sun just breaking through. And then we just got here, we're going to just, I just subscribed. Thank you very much, yeah. I just subscribed something unique. Yeah, cheers. Hopefully, yeah, it's something unique. You know, there's other spray paint people out there. So these are all done with rattle can spray paint. But I don't think there's many people that use wood quite so much as a canvas as I do. I live rurally rather than in an urban setting. I think that kind of is reflected in a lot of mine. Just smudging there the stones back gradually, just like that. And then that's just giving the illusion of the sun bouncing gently off those stones. This is elm, which I get from Scotland. So all the wood that you see during my little live streams here, it's all sustainably sourced wood as well. Thank you very much. I don't know, can you share lives? Can you do that sort of thing on here? I'm just, yeah, that's it. You could learn what I'm doing. There is various, if you give me a follow, there's various videos that I do amongst fun things that I do as well. So you can see some of the tutorial for that with spray painting. And as I say with anything, I learned a lot of what I do just by trial and error. But obviously, on my channel, I'm really trying to show how I do things. Obviously get you interested in my art, and I do get 1 or 2 purchases via YouTube as well, which is fantastic. If you're in the UK, you can buy this product artwork from me, and we'll get it shipped within the 24 hours. But yeah, just give me a subscribe and you'll see some of the artwork come up. I'm always making new artwork, so you can see, for example, this is my beautiful tree frog over here. He's gorgeous, tree frog, and this has got like a copper effect on his chest. We've also got 25 plus. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about that. You can just give me a follow. This is a beautiful bee just here on this exploding paint splodge just there, and other things that I do as well. So I can just show you a little bit. So this is my kind of full range of artwork over here. I do also do live streaming on different networks. But yeah, thanks for looking it up. That's absolutely amazing of you to look into it. No problem at all. There's my dog down there just having a little sleep. We've probably got about another 20 minutes or so where I'm going to be just sorting these out. So hang out with me while I just go and sort out these Stonehenges. So what I need to add to that one is the famous white marker. And we're just going to splodge this either side, just on the stones like that, like that, like that. And put a bit more white on this one. I've been a little bit braver with this particular pen. And some on the top like that. And then with the finger, just move that down, just so it blends nicely with the black like that. Yeah, that's coming along nicely now. Yeah, I do have a video as well where you can see all of the different artworks being made. And I think I do feature this particular one. This is also a really nice piece of wood here. This is oak, English oak, slightly chunkier piece of wood. And it's great to be able to use resources like this so they don't get wasted, or if you burn wood, it does turn into carbon, so environmentally unfriendly. So if you turn wood into art, it locks up that carbon forever. So it's never going to be burnt, hopefully. Obviously, unless someone burns my artwork, but hopefully that will never be the case. There we go. I'm just concentrating as I just burn the base of this particular one here. These all coming together nicely like that. That's one of my favourite ones so far, I think, actually. The dog is up. She's wandering around, seeing what's going on. Got my friends. Where else is everyone in the world now? Has 1 or 2 new people dropped in on the live? This is it. This is it. So with I do sometimes actually get people when they see my work all together. They actually say, and it's kind of sad in some ways, but often in cities, they say, "Is that real wood? Is that actually real?" Because it's just something they might not have seen before. So yeah, it's kind of more when I go into sort of the city environment to sell my artwork. That's coming along nicely. This one has got the barky top edge, as I call it. So it's got like the little barky top edge to it here. So he's rather handsome as well. And I'm just going to, first of all, this is the pyrography tool where I burn the paint away. So holding this up lightly, I'm just putting the indications of lines in at the base here, almost where the light is just coming through. Let me just see if I can get that so you can see it on the screen just there. There we go. And I kind of know where I'm going to go with it. Each one is different. I do change it slightly for each one. And just where the base is just here, just burning that round as well. Like that. To the base here. And there. Over to the left. And then what's going to come out next is the magic paint marker. So we're just going to get this. Move this like that. And there. And there. And there. And there. Slightly over the top. Like I said, these are all done with rattle can spray paint. So I spray paint all these images onto the wood. And I'm just going to use my finger just to rub away and just... Right, so what we've got here is a little bit of paint to go on here, like that. And we're just brushing that back. Just had a bit of an emergency call from my mother-in-law, so if you are watching and now come back in, I do apologise for that. And then this. So the sun's going this way and this way, so I'm going to take my finger and just rub this back gradually onto the stones, so it's all coming together. Rubbing it over the spray painted rocks just there. And then you get these lovely effects there from where the sun has just bounced off it like that. So there. So sorry, we had some technical issues. My mother-in-law was just ringing to say she'd had a power cut. And when it came through on my phone, it did, it actually locked it off a little bit. So yeah, I do apologise for that, but all good fun, isn't it? So I'm gonna have to go and see if I can fix her power problem. I'm just gonna burn this. This is a pyrography tool where it's getting up to about 500 degrees. And this is paint that I've spray painted onto this piece of oak actually. Now, oak is beautiful wood to work. We get lots of oak here in the UK where I'm based, and it's quite a premium wood to use. I do all the carpentry, I do all the varnishing, shaping of the wood before I spray paint and then burn these images onto the wood. So we're getting close now to finishing my batch for the day. If you give me a subscribe and a follow right now, you're going to see some of the in-depth tutorials of how I make my art. So I think you can hit subscribe on the screen as you're watching. And we just rubbed out. Where is everyone in the world today? We've had some guests from India on the live, which is fantastic. I think I had some guests from the US as well, which is great. Some of my American subscribers. And then what I'm doing with this finger here, I'm just rubbing away this, which is the paint marker, just gradually. I'm just going to add a little bit more white there. So when you rub white onto black, it turns into more of a grey. And I want that kind of random sun-bleached effect onto those stones. So you see how it's just coming together nicely there. And this is a beautiful piece of bark as well. This looks great if you just sit it on a shelf like that. But yeah, so I'm looking at that. That's the one. Right, so we've got another couple to do, which I'm going to do right now. My name's Sid. I'm a spray paint artist from the Southwest, and this is my studio. You've dropped in on this little YouTube live. I'm using a pyrography tool. I'm just going to show you it over here, actually. See it over here? So we're getting up to about 545 degrees, and that's my cup of tea. Yeah. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for joining this live. Can I have a slurp of that? And from this, I'm just going to burn away some of the paint gradually on this Stonehenge design. You can just see it's just creating a line as I burn away. Just on the top like that. Which is fantastic. Do give me a subscribe and a follow. I do in-depth videos of me making my artwork and some more tips. It's actually all done with rattle can spray paints like that. So each one is hand spray painted. So my plan is to actually do some live spray painting as well here on YouTube, which is going to be a fun thing to do. So yeah, from that, I just need to add on this white paint. Careful not to put my hand on the 500 degree pyrography tool just there. Putting the white on these stones, dragging them down in a second. Use the magic finger. So use your finger and then you rub across like that. And that is how you get the amazing shape on those Stonehenge rocks. Anyone ever been to the UK? Anyone out there been to Stonehenge before? We do get a lot of tourists going and viewing the ancient stones. Over here, we've got this particular barky Stonehenge. We do love this one here. It's got the barky top edge to it. This is ash, the wood. We've got a problem at the moment with what's called ash dieback here in the UK. So we're having to take out a lot of the ash trees, but they do get used for cladding on some buildings. It's very pretty wood to use. But if I can have the bark on the top, it really makes the sort of nature thing part of what I do. Yeah, so I'm just going to burn away just gradually on here. just underneath the rocks. It should just be coming up on your screen right now. Very gently. I'm just trying to do this without, I usually have this flat to be honest, but I'm doing this. Actually, it's giving it quite a nice effect, so I'm holding it up, giving more of a jaggedy effect. It's much more kind of natural to the rocks, just there. And I'm just going to move that across like that, and then down, and then over, and then down there, and then just an indication of the floor where the stones hit the grass, like that, and like that. And then on top of that, I'm just going to add in some white marks, a little bit of white just here, and just down like that, and like that. So do give me a little subscribe. Any comments, just make them right now. I'm almost finished on this little live stream. I'm going to give you a little tour of the studio though, and I'm going to show you my workspace. That's just going to take about a minute, but it's quite a good fun space to work in. These are some of my other artworks that I have, and I'm just going to go and show you. So over here, this is what I've been making during the live, all these different Stonehenges, and adding all the coloration, the reflection onto the rocks. This is a lot of my artwork. It's these are going back years and years and years, sort of 10, 12 years. So I've got a vast sort of space that I use. This is more of my current artwork over here altogether. So it's all done with spray paints onto wood. And I mean, look at that. You could almost catch that butterfly there, couldn't you? It's absolutely beautiful. I'll come away because we're getting a bit of a thicker effect on there. This is really nice. These two bears together, beautiful little bears. I did these for Valentine's Day, actually. Really nice bears over there. And if we're coming down, this is where I have all the paints together. So we've got blacks, greys, browns, blues. Do give me a subscribe right now. Hit subscribe. That'd be fantastic if you could do that. And then we've got reds and oranges, yellows, skin tones, a bit low on the skin tones to be fair. And then over here, we've got greens. These are all experiments. So I've got a rattle can that's exploding. Just going up here, I do artworks onto walls as well. So we've got this huge graffiti spray can, R2D2 spray can that I did on a building. That was 2016. My name's Stencil Shed, by the way. So this is a large shed that I rent on a farm. I work with my wife quite closely. I mean, this is one of our latest designs, two lovebirds. Jackdaws are the symbol of my hometown, Malmesbury. Just going over here, we can see this is some of the finished items. I do large designs. I mean, look at this. This is beautiful. So ones with like a poignant message, like the tree coming from a light bulb. That is a massive hump of wood there as well. Probably about 60 centimetres high. And then over here, we've got the real star of the show, my 14-year-old Springer Spaniel, next to the fire over here. So we're using wood, all of the waste products from the wood we do use to heat the studio, which is fantastic. Over here, we've got my good friend Bill. He's looking after a load of hedgehogs over here. So yeah, that's all looking good. And then over here, we've got a gigantic Groot, we've got a gigantic lion. We've got some fun stuff. We've got a baby Yoda over there, a huge giant kingfisher. So yeah, thank you for enjoying my YouTube live, and I'm hoping you're all going to be looking at subscribing, and I'll catch you again soon. Thank you.